Changing the differential oil is one of the easier jobs you can do on your old Merc yourself. It's pretty much the same procedure from the 1970's up until the 2000's and something, possibly even the 2010's. Depends what rear end you've got, I guess. Standard procedure, like all differentials, make sure you can get the fill plug out first, which I have done, as you can see it dripping on the left, before you take out the drain plug. And the reality is this oil looks pretty good. I wasn't 100% sure because I know this car has been in a bit of a flood before. I was a bit concerned that there might have been water in the differential. But as you can see, that fluid is extremely clean. Either it's still the original, which is possible at 133,000 kilometers, or it has been changed recently because of that event. But yeah, there's no water in that at all. So once that's drained out of the drain plug, it's just a case of putting that plug back in. Optionally, you probably should have cleaned the dirt off the differential before taking those plugs off, but mine wasn't too bad. And using one of these pumpy things is kind of mandatory. I did put my finger over the end of it just to make sure the junk came out of the hose, and it did create a fine mist which exploded all over my face. So don't make the same mistake. And this is the reason you need one of those pumpy bottles, because the fill plug is without doubt usually going to be obstructed by the exhaust. And of course, as with all of the finest products made in China, my pumpy bottle did explode. So it's kind of a one-time use thing, and then you throw it out. Fantastic quality. And that has been filled now, and I have reinstalled that plug, so I'll go ahead and clean up and test it out. Magnificent weather today, nice temperature, 210s out on the road. Let's give it some exercise. Just going to give it some part throttle, just to waken it up. One of those rear tyres is kind of bald, so I can't really give it too much because it just slips and the traction control reduces the engine power. But yeah, she's driving really nicely. Just go home and check that diff for leaks, but I'm sure it's fine. Just a bit of a question for the M113 experts. This car always has lifter tick when it has been sitting for an extended period. I'm not sure if that is audible in the video, but always on the cold starts, if you don't take it for a drive, there is lifter tick, and it also runs on 7 cylinders. I'm thinking a lifter has failed completely, and the valve is not even opening. Having said that, always, when you take it for a drive, the noise disappears and it runs smoothly. Is it just a lazy lifter that's leaking down, and does it really need to be changed? I don't know. I'm asking you experts on the M113 or M112, is it worth the effort for me to go and find this lifter that's failing and change it, or is there a chance this might just go away with some clean oil and a bit more exercise? I need your opinion.